Y'all know what? I am so happy that God had mercy on us. Can you imagine what America would be like after almost 4 years of Hillary Clinton in office? Man, thank God for having mercy on us. But I wanted to come on here and sound off about this Mueller investigation. Now, after everything was said and done, I still see Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, Elijah Cummings holding press conferences, still pushing their narrative that the president colluded, he obstructed, he has not been exonerated, which from what I learned is not such a thing according to various judges and attorneys. You do not use that term to exonerate somebody. Like, that is something that should have never been in that report. But as it came out in the investigation, Mueller had nothing to do with the investigation. He was just a puppet, a figurehead. And the people that actually ran the investigation was basically Hillary Clinton's people. You know, as it came out, Wiseman and all these others donated several, amounts of money, attended her, parties and things of that nature. So those people should not have been running the investigation. But my concern is, after all of this, I wonder where my Democrat friends will stand when it's time for us to vote for the next president. Because some of them, I shouldn't even say friends, I'm just going to say co-workers. There's a lot of people at work that side with the Democratic Party. As you know, many people in the black community has been brainwashed to believe that the Democrat Party is for the black people, the blue-collar worker, the downtrodden. But lo and behold, when you do your research, it is quite the opposite. Those people say one thing out their mouth, and as soon as they get into office, they do something else. It is high time for you guys to stop giving blind loyalty to this party that do nothing for you. They stab you in the back every time. All they do is want your votes. That's all they want. Malcolm X told you this. You can read the book By Any Means Necessary, where he said black people are politically ignorant. I'm going to say the majority, because a lot of people are waking up in the black community, and I am so thankful for that. Now, me, I don't subscribe to any party, because there's rhinos. You have fake Republicans that get in there and side with the Democrats. The Democrats is just pure evil. They do not care. They are not the party of, when our parents was voting back during JFK. Even though they were doing stuff back then, it's just ramped up to such a point to where they just out in the open. They don't care. They just going for full-blown socialism. The face of the party now is, as they call it, the squad, the AOCs, the Ilhan Omars, the Rashida Tlaib, and the Ayanna Pressley, the four jackasses of the party. This is where people are headed. But as you see, according to the stats, their following is very low. Now, the media may give false representation of who's following or who's listening to them, but average American blue-collar workers like myself, we not going for no 70%, 90% taxable income. No, they already taxed me enough. This is why I vote common sense. I would just say that I'm an independent thinker. I do my research, and I'm going with people that's making common sense and who wants to do, what's best for this country. These other people, that's calling for open borders and that's basically trying to destroy this country for the globalists and just run over the American citizens and do everything for these illegal aliens. No, I'm not going for that. I'm not having it. But I hope after all of this, Mueller, it was evident that the man did not write the report The only thing I kept hearing him saying was, it is not in my purview. It is not in my purview. When in actuality, the things that they were asking him was, the man didn't even know who Fusion was, the whole Fusion GPS, the people that ran the fake dossier that was paid for by Hillary Clinton's law firm. You know, the people that actually, you know, obstructed and broke the law was the Democratic Party. Now, after all of this, I hope that these people are held accountable. I hope these people go to jail. And they love to run and hold press conferences to tell the American people, you know, we're still going to impeach. He's still not exonerated. He's still colluded. He did this, he did that. When we have already witnessed, you know, from the investigation, from other sources, that none of these things are true. Like, these people will tell bold-faced lies. And what's sad, these people are old enough to be my parents. Like, it is crazy the amount of hate and animosity that they have towards President Trump. But like I said, this goes far beyond party lines. This is not a Democrat, this is not a Republican issue. This is a sovereign nation against globalists. That is what's going on. They want us to be like Europe. What's going on over there in Sweden, and Germany, and all these other places where they have let these migrants come in and just run roughshod over them. You know, you don't hear about the rapes, the stabbings, and all these things in the mainstream media that's going on. But I tell you, you do your research and you will find out that those people are catching hell over there. And I couldn't live over there because I would be in jail. I will beat the you know what out of one of those migrants. And this is what they want for America. And it's just by the grace of God that that has not happened, and it hasn't come to this for us in America. And I hope it don't, because my salvation is going to be tested. Now, I'm a lot older. I'm not like these millennials, you know, but I ain't going for no foolishness. And I know a lot of people in my generation, the Tupac generation, ain't going for it either. You know, where these migrants is just, you know, doing what they want, you know, touching on women in public, you know, it's just out of control over there. Go and read it for yourself, research for yourself. But I'm glad that the people are getting sick and tired of all this stuff that the left is pushing on the country, you know, to the point where people are just sick of it, and people are it's starting to get backlash, you know, like I had mentioned in the previous video about the drag queen story time, you know, indoctrinating kids as young as 5 years old, you know, confusing these kids. It's just sad. And this is why I said I believe we are living in the last days, because how much more wicked can this world get? I mean, people are already given over to a reprobate mind, where they not even thinking about the things that they are doing, the harm and the damage that they are causing. You know, they just operating off of pure evil, you know. And God is going to have to put an end to this real soon. And I look forward to that day, because I'm sick of hearing of all these stories, all the senseless violence, all the killings, all the things that's taking place in this world that just do not make sense. But anyway, guys, if you have family members, you know, friends that after all of this is still gonna hold to the Democrat Party, try to talk some sense into those people, because after this year's election, I believe Trump is gonna get reelected. You saw all those people that was out there that celebrated on the 4th of July. And I heard a statistic today where they did a poll, like how many people identify with being American or supporting America. It was like 83%, and only 7% was like so-called disgruntled. Now, if we can just get rid of those 7% and all those people that's trying to push all these socialist things upon us, which is antithetical to what this country is about, then we would be all right. You know, I ain't gonna say we're gonna be perfect, but we'll be a lot better off with where they're trying, the direction they are trying to take us. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and take up too much more of your time. I just want to continue to encourage you guys to go out there, you know, and please, parents, they are making no bones about what they want to do with your kids. Like teachers that have spoken out, they said that it is political warfare in these schools. They have opened the chest with this indoctrination that is going on, you know. And your kids, if you are a Christian family and you have no means to put your child in Christian education, they have to go out to these public schools. You're going to have to pray over your babies. You're going to have to educate them young. And it's unfortunate that you have to have certain conversation with your kids at such a young age, 5, 6, and 7, where you shouldn't even have to have these talks, but they are sexualizing your kids at school. So you're going to have to step up and figure out a way to talk to your kids about what's going on in these schools, so these babies would have a barrier, you know, against what these people are trying to push on them. And that's all I had to say today, guys, and I will see you on the next one.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!